Devon versus Denis Cyplenkov. So I wanted to go around the room and kind of get everybody's predictions. I want to first start off with Lachlan. What is your prediction of that day?
I mean, Devon typically always bets against me, but he didn't the last time. So, to be honest, with all of that, nonsense aside, it's so hard to bet against Devon, but against Denis. But Devon is he's gone full cyborg. What he's turned himself into is, we don't know. Obviously the limit is Levan, but I think that limit's got a little bit closer. It's so hard to say, and where Denis is at, hard to tell by his training as well. But I'm going to go with Devon on this one.
Okay, Will, what's your thoughts on this?
To be honest, it's hard to tell where Denis is right now, because when we watched that match with John Brzenk, it seemed like he was only using maybe like 50 to 60% of what was even in his tank then, and I'm sure he's taking this training way more seriously than he took John. You can tell in his training he's put a good inch on his arms. He is loading up those nachos hard, and he is sucking them down, and I'm loving it. So personally, it's tough because I think Travis was just talking about this with Artem, but you don't know. It seems like Denis is not technical, but I think that's just the way he pulls. I think he's very technical. He just doesn't really ever show it because of his massive amounts of strength. I'm going to say Denis because I'm a fan and I'd love to see him win, but I would say if I had to put an exact number, it's a 50-50, because if Devon can, and I'm sure he will, gain the height, it's going to be a hard fought battle for Denis. But who knows? We haven't seen him get aggressive on a table. So if Denis gets aggressive, it gets dangerous. And of course, it's going to go to the strap. So in a strap, when you're strapped to that cannon of an arm, I think it's going to be a rough match for both of them. But Devon's going to have a tough time. So my money would be on Denis.
Okay, Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with my business partner here, or sorry, disagree with my business partner here. Well, I personally think it's gonna be going Devon's route, just for the simple fact that a huge part of it, right, is the setup, how they're gonna be reffing him. Is Devon gonna be able to play his games, right? And also, is Denis gonna be playing into them? But I just think kind of what Lachlan was getting at, right? We're seeing so much proof of how Devon's been leveling up since his Lachlan match. I don't know if maybe his peak was off and maybe the stem cells are just hitting, all the right spots. But unless Denis, gets good reps while he's over there in Russia, it's going to be really hard to replicate kind of the battle tested, experience that Devon's been getting lately.
Israel, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
Well, I've been keeping up with Denis's training pretty consistently in his shape, and I do agree with everything we've been talking about lately about Denis maybe not being at the peak power form that he once was. However, I do think technically he has advanced so much in these last 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, you can tell that his form on the table has gotten much cleaner. He's doing things he wasn't doing before. I think that alone could make him very dangerous. I think it's going to be a close match. I'm really torn. I'm going 50-50.
Wow, a lot of 50-50s. Everybody's afraid to go one side. Tom, what's your thoughts, bro?
I'm going 70-30 for Devon. I think it could be a war because they both have really good endurance, but I think Devon will win the heights. Even if Denis is in that position where he seems to be really strong, I think Devon will be able to transition efficiently and get the win. So 70% chance to Devon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you on that, Tom. I agree with that, and it's hard for me because Denis has always been one of my favorite arm wrestlers. I love his look. I love the style. I love how he's just he's like a freak mutant looking guy. I mean, that's just amazing to me. But I just think it's too quick for him to take this match. I think Devon is just so seasoned. He's so stem celled up. He's so pancaked up. I mean, he's doing everything to the max, and he's pulling these huge matches one after the other. So, I mean, everything in my eyes is just going in favor of him. But Dennis, I think will make this a good match. But the other thing that I want to bring up is if I just wanted to look at it as an arm wrestling fan, what I would want to happen just to set up the next match is I'd like to see Dennis get the win, just for the fact that I'd love to see Levon versus Dennis.